Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nkonye, aka NdiNaija. Ja. This will be my second video in my goal setting series for 2020. I hope you enjoyed the first one. I had a lot of fun creating it. Now, let's get into business, shall we? Let's zoom you in a smidge. Now, here are the items that I brain dumped last time, the last time you guys saw me, or in the last video in this series. And this is the values sheet that we created. Well, whatever. But these are the values that I came up with, or that I decided to put down. And today we're going to use these values, or evaluate these things that I said I want to do in light of my values. It's important when you're considering goals, things you want to do, your projects, your tasks, and the strategy in which you want to obtain your goals. It's important to weigh them against the things that are important to you, the things that you already consider important to you, right? If anyone's curious, I put together this notebook from Happy Notes, and I just put a bunch of things in there for encouragement, decoration, and they're different different page layouts along with the blank notebook that the notebook came with, or along with the blank pages rather that the notebook came with. So that's that. Let's begin. In the last video, I said that we were going to sort these items that I had brain dumped into the different categories: personal, financial, and career. So we're just going to take them one after the other and consider how they fit with my values, right? The first thing on the personal is activity and family time outdoors. Oh, and the goal of this is to see whether these items are fully in line with these values, and if they are not, to take them off of the list for my 2020 goals. Seems easy enough, right? First one, activity and family time outdoors. It's important to me to spend time with my family because it's important to me to be present over being perfect. I love being a mom, and it's just one of those things. Hashtag mom life. Taking trips with my family is also important. Being with family in general is also important. So maybe I should change this from activity and family time outdoors to just family time. But the outdoorsy part goes along with health and mental wellness. So we can change that to activity and family time in and outdoors. Or we can take this out completely. Now, if I want to track the amount of time that we spend outdoors, I'll also put that line item there. So we can make it indoors and outdoors. Now that we're going into winter, there won't be much outdoorsy time just because it's cold. Next item was to go out on more dates. Now, how does that align with my values? I want to make time for a partner and share my life. So going out on more dates is in line with doing this, but there are things that I need to do to be able to do this. One, I need to make myself more available. And two, I need to I don't know if this would be 2, but in order to do this, I need to have the time to make myself more available. Because what I've been telling myself is, I can't do this because I don't have time. I really didn't want to, so I didn't make any time for it. So I need to put the time out there so that when this, when this, when these dates have to occur, the time for it will be present, and make a plan in order to make this possible. For example, who's going to watch my kid when I'm out on dates? I know some of you watching will say, oh, your mom will watch him. Well, mama's working. And B, I don't want to infringe on her time just like that, willy-nilly, right? So the things that will help me do this or achieve this goal are these. Make myself more available, apportion date time, and I also need to have a kid strategy. I need to make a kid strategy. There, cross it out. Make a kid care strategy. Okay, so that's number 2. So we have number 1 as a yes. We have number 2 as a yes. Number 3, use my sewing machine. How does that align with my values? I have on here savings. If you stumble, just make it part of the dance. Always take the scenic route. Let's go somewhere. Relax. Partnership. Yoga. Mental wellness. Maybe we should start from the beginning. So I don't see anything directly related to machines on my sewing machine right here. But then let's go back to my why, and I probably need to add that on here as an item to think about when I'm thinking about anything at all that relates to any of my goals, right? Why? Remember your why. I'm sure there's a sticker for it somewhere. So we're going to put that down here. Anything you're doing, you need to ask yourself, why are you doing it? Am I out of whys? No. Brought to you by the letters W, H, and Y. Why? I bought this sewing machine in order to learn how to sew and make clothes for myself and TJ. I bought it to fill some downtime in my life, and I bought it so that I could possibly save money on getting especially my Nigerian clothes made. I also bought it so that I could save money and not get clothes mended at the tailor and do it myself. Was it fully thought out when I bought it, considering all the things that I hold dear, and considering the actual time that I have? We will see that in another video when we do our time audit or time evaluation. So this is a maybe right now. The whys align with my values in that it'll help me to save. It gives me something to do. It's a creative outlet, right? It's a creative outlet. It's part of me out dreaming myself and being brave or being bold, because it's not something I've done before. But do I have the time for it? We will see. Next item, use my Cricut. It's a financial item. It's a creative item. So for me, it's a yes. Lose 20 pounds. It's a wealth and health item. See how I said wealth there first? I don't know why, but it's a health related item. It fits. Next item, pay off consumer debt. How does that fit into my values? Well, I want to be able to save money, and my savings rate won't be as high as it would be if I have a lot of debt. So yes, this goal aligns with my values. Pay off the IRS, same thing. Save a down payment on a Forerunner. Now, this particular one, yes, saving a down payment will ensure that I do not have as much debt if I'm buying a car as possible. Is it the right thing to do right now? Or yes, is it the right thing to do right now? Right now at the end of 2019, no. By the end of 2020, we will revisit. But I feel like this is something I should start because my car currently is already over 112,000 miles. I drive a lot, so it's important to prepare for something before you need it. All right? Increase my sinking funds. That goes very much along with savings. So that's a worthy goal. Save 1 month of living expenses. Right there. Save. All the financial goals are it. Let's move on to work, career, professional, whatever this will be called. The first item was get customers in my side hustle. Yes, because it is one of my goals to be a woman in business. It's something I do intend to crush. So yes, I'm advertising my services as an immigration paperwork preparer. Next, grow my YouTube channel to over 5,000 subscribers. Yes, it is a woman in business thing. It's something that I believe that I can do. I shied away from it for a couple of years after I took a break from YouTube. And I was like, I don't know that I can. I don't know that I have what it takes. But the important thing is to just start. I started and we're moving on. Grow my channel to 5,000 subscribers and more? Yes. Use my Cricut. Okay, this is fitting into the personal and the career because there is a chance that I would sell stuff that I make with my Cricut, right? So there. Now, in doing all of this, we've come up with tasks that are in the goals. So let's move now to projects. And this is not what I intended to have in mind. So let's move to projects. Now, this is the first or rough draft of this. The next time you see it, it's going to be all pretty and nice with stickers and whatnot. But I'm transferring these items that are my goals into these projects, tasks, and habits because goals can be different types. It could be a project-based goal where you do certain tasks and you're done and that's it. Or it could be a habit-related task because you're trying to get something into your routine. Now, I'm going to start with the personal again. Activity. All right. I had initially filmed this page or filmed my breakdown and transfer of these goals to here. I didn't like how that video came up, or I didn't like how the video finished, so I decided to do it again. Unfortunately, I'm not going to go through the process of actually taking these from here to here, but I will explain my thought process. So I separated the goals. You can see here that I have a title called Goal Breakdown. I separated my goals and tried to categorize them into projects, tasks, and habits because one of the One of the things that have been like a huge hole for me or a huge gap, sometimes it feels like this. I don't know if I can explain it with a prop. Let me use a prop. I like props. Imagine this is a wall. I actually drew this in my journal. Sometimes when it comes to setting goals, I know this happens to me and I've heard of a couple of other people talking about this. You feel like your goal is here and you're here, and there's this long, tall wall, and there are no ladders and no steps between you and it. So it almost feels like there's this huge gap and you don't know how you're going to achieve it. I figured that one of the ways to try and segment that wall and make it a climbable wall for me is to break the goal down into projects, tasks, and habits. All of my goals can be put into these categories because while there's an end goal or an end game at the end of it, the how I'm going to get there is the process of doing this, and it's something that everyone needs to do. So I and I apologize because you guys wouldn't, or I'm not putting up the previous video that I did, but I think this one will make more sense. So I took my, for example, activity and family time, indoors and outdoors, and I made it a project to cultivate family time. Now, in this item, because it's a project, it means that there are several tasks that are included in this item. So it's not just a one and done item, which is why it's a project. There are a couple of steps involved in cultivating family time. One of the steps, though, is making that family time a habit, setting aside that time. Now, I've already started doing this. We have Friday evenings set aside as family time for us, right? So that's begun. But there are other things to do. Going outside, going to the museum. I already have a museum membership, which needs to be renewed this month. So that's one of the items that is a task. So that is a task that has the end goal of cultivating family time. So do you see the train coming out of the station? Okay. So that's the first one. I said I was going to leave out these two, the dating and the sewing machine. I might just have it as one, just dating, my dating life project. That would be a fun one to see. I won't show you guys though because, you don't want to show other people's information and such. But you'll hear when I'm ready to share as things happen. Using my Cricut, I changed this to be learn and use. You can't see that very well, but there it is. USE. You can barely see it. So learn and use my Cricut. That's a project. I need to go on YouTube. I need to ensure that I have all the supplies. I need to set time aside for it. All those are items within this project. Losing 20 pounds. Now, this is also a twofer because the end goal of losing 20 pounds is to feel better, to fit into my clothes better, to have more energy and whatnot. So the habits associated with this goal are eating healthily, exercising regularly, getting enough sleep. I already do that for the most part. Eating healthily, exercising regularly, getting adequate sleep, and mindfulness and breathing and yoga and all that. So part of it is the project and part of it is the habit. I need to get this habit, maintain this habit in order to do this. Now, the other goals, the other tasks that are in that are in this project in particular, for example, find exercises that I would like to do at home. I said in my previous budgeting video that I want to buy a treadmill and, put the elliptical in the garage because it's easier for me to do the treadmill. I've ended my gym membership and I want to use the treadmill instead of the elliptical because the elliptical is very, very noisy and I wake up early. and I don't want to wake everyone in the house. So these are a few tasks. So I need to buy the I need to buy the treadmill. I need to clean out the garage so that I can put the elliptical there. And these are things that could be roadblocks or just huge gaps between me and said goal. Growing my YouTube channel, we can leave that aside. Growing my business, we can leave that aside. Okay, so so we talked about some of these are the personal items. Then we have the business items. Then we have the financial items. Most of the financial items here are a one and done thing, right? Pay off consumer debt. Sure. Open up the web page. Mr. HFCU, whatever. I'm owing you X amount of money and now I pay you. Here, I'm gone. However, because I do not have all the money involved in doing that, I need to make more money. I need to save more money. I probably need to sell some stuff. So the money and making more money available to me, that's a project in itself. Paying off my credit card, paying off the IRS, paying off the car loan, save X amount every month. These are individual tasks and they are small enough that they can be done just in one step. So, and this will eventually change when I redo these sheets, or when I redo this sheet for each item or for each area. You'll see that I'll have it as, say, pay off credit card with X amount each month using the debt snowball, stuff like that. So this is how I'm going from brain dump to sorting out my goals to my values and ensuring that these align with my values, ensuring that these goals align with my values, and now breaking them down. And in the next video, we will do something with regards to time, and we will start looking for words. I already have my word of the year, but I still want to take you guys through the process. And this is a sneak peek. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so very much. And I'll leave you guys with this image to end. Bye-bye.